Being disappointed can hurt so much that if it happens too many times, many of us stop having hopes and dreams altogether so that we can avoid the pain of disappointment. Yes, this strategy works in the short term, but it can fail in the long term because without hopes and dreams becoming fulfilled, we often settle for a disappointing life. I don't think the answer is to stop having expectations and to give up all hopes and dreams that you have, but rather to develop a healthy attitude about coping with disappointment so it doesn't destroy you. Today, I'll give you 5 ideas how to help you do just that. One thing is to rely on wisdom instead of luck. One reason I say disappointment happens to all of us is because doing the right thing sometimes leads to wrong results, and vice versa. For example, let's say you want to live a long and healthy life. So you decide to perform all the activities that are considered healthy, such as eating the right foods, consistently exercising, and avoiding drugs and excessive alcohol. But even after doing all these healthy things, you could still get some debilitating illness or get into a traumatic accident that cuts your life short. While on the other hand, you could have someone who eats all the wrong foods, never exercises, abuses their body with alcohol and drugs, and their poor choices don't seem to hinder them at all, and they live a long life. Now, just because the person who made all the wrong choices lived longer, doesn't mean their choices weren't foolish. Because if these unhealthy choices were played out in millions of lives, the outcomes would be more disastrous for a majority of them. Life is filled with uncertainty, and life isn't always fair. Sometimes wise choices lead to unlucky outcomes, and sometimes poor choices lead to lucky outcomes. But if you're banking on luck throughout your life, you're banking on a life of disappointment. Choose to operate from wisdom instead. The next thing is to avoid the land of I learned this concept from Pastor Andy Stanley. We often think that an is holding us back from being more content. If only we were rich-er, slim-er, smart-er, and the list goes on, that life would be better. But this pursuit is a trap, because the pursuit of more is an appetite that can never be satisfied. Wanting to make $50,000 a year eventually becomes $100,000. And getting 10 likes on your Instagram selfie then becomes 100. It's tempting to think that you're different, that you know other people have this problem, but you don't, and that you will be content after you get a little more of whatever you lack. But be humble enough to accept you're not different. Simply put, we're not disappointed right now because we don't have more of what we lack. We're disappointed because we're not content with what we have. Is not our answer, but finding a way to be grateful and content right now is. The next thing is to own your part. It's hard for us to accept the role we play in our disappointments. It's much easier to blame the negative outcome on something outside ourselves and feel like a victim. For example, I've made hundreds of videos on this YouTube channel, and I've been disappointed that I haven't gotten more views and subscribers. Now, I could say that I'm just unlucky and unfortunate and blame the YouTube algorithm, but saying this just makes me come across like a whiny baby and won't change anything. I'm better off realizing that I'm at least partially responsible for the lack of results I'm having. If I don't like the results I'm getting, I need to be doing something different, whether that's putting more effort into my videos, making them longer, publishing more often, changing the style of my videos, etc. The same is true for you and your life. Whether it's your dreams that aren't exactly working out, or past relationships that haven't worked out, the cause of the negative outcome may have little to do with you. It may be mostly due to the other person, or something that happened that was completely out of your control. However, there's a chance that you did play a part, even if it's a teeny tiny part. Be willing to own that part that you played in it and learn from it. And if you're able to, make necessary changes so that you get more positive outcomes in the future. Number 4 is to diversify. Life could be very stressful if you have all your money in one stock. All it takes is for that company to make one mistake and go bankrupt, and you lose everything. Financial advisors often advise not to put all your eggs in one basket and to diversify your money. The strategy works emotionally in your life as well and can diminish the effects of disappointment. For example, if someone has all their emotional stock in getting the promotion they applied for, if they don't get it, it will be more crushing for them than the person who wants to get that same promotion and advance in their professional life, but also gets a lot of fulfillment from their romantic life, is invested in their family life, as well as having a solid group of friends who they spend time on a consistent basis, as well as having a number of hobbies that they enjoy. I've learned over the years that when you have many areas of your life that add meaning and fulfillment to it, when one of them is taken away or doesn't work out, it can be less disappointing because you haven't lost everything. And lastly, your relationships are your safety net. I'm learning throughout my life that disappointment will occur from time to time in your life, and you will experience many emotional falls. However, when you have people in your life who are there for you whether you succeed or fail, they act like a safety net and are able to catch you when you're falling. And when you know you have people in your life who are there to catch you if you fall, you become less fearful about falling. And with less fear, you live more boldly and pursue bolder dreams. So invest more in your relationships if you've been afraid of going for things that could make you disappointed. Keep these 5 ideas in mind as they can help you deal with disappointment in life. This is your friend Michael, helping you transform your thinking for the better. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.